Hello everyone, my name is Tran Nhu Hieu. As you know, today world cannot be without technology, like the phone I using now or the computer I use to record today. And production and business is not exception. Now I will present a research related to it. Topic today is knowledge, robot and productivity in SMEs. Explain the second digital way. So let's move on to the first part today is introduction and why it is important to carry out the research. First is in order to learn most about the value of global R&D for productivity. A second one is show the different FMEs that you robot year by year. In the detail, in 2050, robotics account for 5% increase of FME productivity level, 2% in 2008. It's different, right? And learn more about the global knowledge of ensuring productivity inequality across variety of business and industry sample. Moving on to the interesting boy in this research, um, I found two interesting boy. The first one is in 2050, robot operating FME record double the sale figure obtained by the non-robot operating one. And the detail is, you can see on the slide that is double it, 10 to 20. And the interesting point too, that is the use of industrial robotic in Spanish manufacture FME had involved possibility from 40% in 2008 to 22% in 2050. And in detail on the table I have found in research, you can see the different in year by years and the different non-robot use and robotic use. You can see that it's very developed, right? And for the research question, the first question is, when we do all the research about robotic and labor productivity, what statement we get from? We have the four statement after we have a research. The first one is robotic associative is better performance, higher productivity, and employee rate is raised as well. Secondly, like I say before, the interesting part that robotic is account 5% increase of the SME productivity level. A difference is 2% in 2008. And thirdly, that is FME labor productivity model have more progressively greater. And finally, is robot use have rendered a new complementary relationship among the explainer factor of labor productivity. So we're moving on to the second part of this research today. Before we just moving on to the second part, that is outline to the first part, we have the 5 main section. First one in introduction, second one is background and hypothesis, a third one is methodology, and the fourth is result, and the last one of section is discussion. So we're moving on to the second part today, that is literature review. So I just found previous due to the current research I found in research I read. exporting FME are more efficient than non-exporting FMEs. The use of intelligent robot will acknowledge to the different type of film knowledge flow. And the better trained, the more skillful, the more commit workers generate greater return about innovation or productivity for firm while they receive a higher wage. Continue that is digital technology have significantly increased in the transfer flow of RNG technology and knowledge, which have a result in faster film connectivity. And the growing importance of fit, free good and service exchange in collaborative or digital platform. Firm innovation generates an output in the stock of knowledge to be used in the future improvement generation value. That is all I found. And that is theoretical framework. That is the model framework for analysis. You can see the line we link to the 12 hypothesis pair to research the response. Let me go into detail of the theoretical framework. That in the third hypothesis is relationship between the knowledge flow and the productivity. And the second hypothesis is such as a relationship between the firm capacity to use robot and its level of labor productivity. And the third hypothesis that is emerged from the firm capacity to increase is add value per worker through the better payment to the labor productivity. The hypothesis 4 is upon the capacity of manufacturer FME to sell the product. Okay, and the service international market we export here. And the fifth hypothesis is establish the relation complementary between the knowledge flow and the robot use. You can see right here. And hypothesis 6 to 9 and hypothesis 11 such as the greater to specialized resources, especially financial access, with effect to the productivity of MME to the greater use knowledge flow, the use of robot cost per employee, and explore and training expand. And we have a last one, two hypotheses 10 and 12 are explore the internal expenditure relationship among human capital, labor code, and knowledge flow. And we moving on to the next part, next slide. That is research gap. It's hard to find it, but I have two gap. I think is like in the research, that is the effect incorporating different robotic density as well as the different type of robot. You can see in all the research you read, they just mention the way robot used in SME, the productivity they can earn, but they don't mention about the type of robot they use in SME and the robotic density too. They don't mention it. And the second is many manufacturers SME have been failed to depend their digitalization process. Display very primary structure of knowledge creation of dissemination unable to achieve internationalization or with limited access to specialized financial resources. And the last one, we have a conclusion. Like I say, in 2050, the EU robot just increase they just increase the level of productivity to 5% to 2% in the 2008 to 5% in 2050. And the second one is, in already robotic FME, the knowledge spread over entail more favor capitalization and export relation effect in the vice versa. And the last one, the research suggests a certain implication for strategic action and public policy to achieve growth and business acceleration. On the other hand, in the knowledge robot FMEs, the knowledge spread over would to be linked to the human capital. Its double productivity part seems to suggest a clear need for employee learning and training if we are profit from the efficiency entailed by industry robot. That is my presentation. Thanks for listening.